Phones have been necessary tools in our daily life. It brings a lot of benefits to us. Have you thought about its potential downsides and the harm it might bring to us? Well, it's a common problem nowadays among the youth that before going to sleep, they take out their phones and they just mindlessly scroll through social media, watching, and seconds might become minutes, might become hours, and then hours later they're still on their phone, which ultimately might lead to insomnia. Some people might not give a lot of attention to this, thinking that it's not that crucial. However, these small habits might lead to energy being drained out, having low energy and just reduced sleep quality overall. Well, it extends to our hypothesis that watching phones before bed, before going to sleep, decreases the sleep quality. And we have, to answer this question, we have conducted a small experiment and also conducted an interview to find the answer for it.
There are several scientific reasons can prove that using phones before bed negatively affects our sleep quality. Firstly, intensive blue light constantly emitted by the phone screens, which is like a sun, continuously shine us, especially when you turn off the light bulbs. You watch your phones in a dark environment. This blue light strongly stimulates our eyes and brain. Then, our body suspends the production of melatonin. Moreover, when we watch likes, exciting videos, social media, and competitive games, this stimulates our brains to maintain an excited state. Besides, our mind stays alert when it should be calmed down. And finally, the most pivotal problem is the infinite scrolling. There's no definite end. It's like falling into a bottomless pit of content. Our phones can always generate new and interesting information to attract our brains, which makes it stay engaged and excited. We always chase the next post or video the whole night. It's not because of our weak self-discipline. The reason is our phones are designed to keep us concentrated. The algorithms can precisely predict our favorites and let us become addicted at night.
To make our findings more reliable, we use two sources: an on-camera interview and an anonymous online questionnaire with university students.
And now, let's start with the interview.
Hi Matthew, when you use your phone or laptop late at night, how does it affect your sleep quality and how do you feel the next morning?
Honestly, I sleep way later than I should. The next morning I feel super tired, and in class I just can't really focus.
Okay, so what's the main reason you end up staying on your screen before bed? Like social media, studying, or something else?
Mostly social media. I just scroll and lose track of time. But sometimes it's Netflix, and yeah, occasionally I'm finishing assignment too.
Thank you.
So that's one real example. Next, we looked at the questionnaire results to see whether the sum pattern shows up more broadly. First, daily screen time was high. 60% reported more than 6 hours per day, and 35% reported 4 to 6 hours. So screens are part of everyday student life, but timing matters even more than total hours. 85% stopped less than 1 hour before bed, or used screens right until they fell asleep. That means screen time often continues right up to sleep. And when asked directly, 90% agreed or strongly agreed that late night screen using affects their sleep quality. So students are not just doing it, they are noticing the impact. When we put the interview and survey together, 3 obstacles stand out. First, endless scrolling. Second, using screens to decompress after a long day. And third, screen become the default pre-sleep habit, even when students know it may reduce the quality of their rest. Overall, the interview and survey tell the same story. Late night screen use is common, and many students link it to poor sleep.
Besides the interview and the questionnaire, we conduct a simple real-life experiment to test the impact of screen before sleep. We call it a 45-minute digital curfew. Here's our design. In week 1, volunteers stop using phones and other screens for the last 45 minutes before bed. No scrolling, no short videos, no gaming, and no checking notifications. In week 2, the same group followed their normal routine and could use their phone as usual before sleeping. So the key variable we changed was screen exposure right before bedtime. To measure outcomes, We use smartwatch sleep tracking and focus on indicators that are easy to interpret: sleep onset latency, how long it takes to actually fall asleep, total sleep time, and the estimated amounts of deep sleep and REM sleep, as well as overall restfulness. We also want to be clear that wearable sleep tracking is not medical grade, but is useful for compare patterns within the same participants across different weeks. When we compare the two conditions, the pattern was consistent. During the digital curfew week, participants generally fell asleep faster and show more stable, higher quality sleep. On nights with normal late night phone use, they were more likely to take longer to fall asleep and end up with shorter total sleep time, and the sleep quality indicators tended to look weaker. So what does this mean in everyday life? If you usually plan to sleep at 11, but you start scrolling, just 5 minutes can turn into an hour, and even after you put the phone down, your brain may stay alert, replacing the last 45 minutes with a calmer routine. Reading, stretching, journaling, or meditation helps your body slow down naturally. Our experiments suggest that phones don't just steal time, they can also delay real rest. A small habit change, 45 minutes without screen, can make a meaningful difference in how quickly we fall asleep and how refreshed we feel the next morning.
In conclusion, using phones before bed is a bad habit which seriously damages our sleep quality. From this whole experiment, we found out the source of feeling tired in the morning, and now we understand exactly how our devices negatively affect our sleep and how we can take control of our sleep quality. Thus, we suggest that all of us can try to leave your phones before bed for at least 45 minutes, and hopefully you will see its potential benefits in the near future. Please remember that phones are just tools, and don't let it take control of your life and especially of your sleep.